Leo, thanks for visiting, and as I always ask you, if you like this reading, please like, subscribe, leave a comment if you'd like to. You don't have to, I don't mind. I'm going to start your reading right now for Leo. The first card you have you passed is the Moon. Okay, I don't see this very often in this card. It can mean a lot of different things. It's a very complex card. I'm just getting the feeling that something might have been hidden from you. Actually, I think it probably was. And this might have been revealed to you maybe around this time. It might have been earlier than this time. But I am seeing a shock. I am seeing some shock that happened, that you found out something. Someone around you might have had a lot of different faces, actually. I'm just looking at the moon on this card, and you know, there's a crescent moon, there's a face obviously, and a sun as well. So there are 3 different faces on this moon, and you might have only seen one face of this person, if that makes sense, and it's the face they wanted you to see. But yeah, something was revealed, and you know, whatever this was, they might have actually hidden this from a lot of people. I'm definitely seeing them hiding this from members of their family, people who were really close to them, actually very close to them. They hid this from, and you know, I'm getting this real sense of shock around this, and it was like it was suddenly in your face. It was hiding and hiding and hiding, and then it was in your face. That's what I'm seeing, and I hope you've been able to process this properly, because I'm seeing you sort of walking around in a daze, not being able to concentrate on other things while you're still thinking about this. And you know, if you are still going through this, and this is all resonating with you, obviously, you know that this feeling will get better in time. But I just think your whole perception of this person really changed. And yeah, as I said, the word perception, the word deception came into my mind as well. So I think there's a lot more to this as well that you might not know about as well. They're a deceptive person. I think there's more that you're going to find out, and yeah, I'm seeing a lot of other people around them being shocked and really bewildered by this whole thing as well. Very shocked, very surprised. Yeah, the next card you have for your past is the Ten of Pentacles. So yeah, you were connected to this person, obviously, because you felt this shock. You were in some kind of contact with them, but obviously you weren't aware of a huge part of their life, because I'm thinking that's what was revealed. Some big part of their life that was hidden. And none of this was your fault. You're a smart person, so don't ever think that, oh, I'm stupid, why did I fall for this person, or why did I fall for this lie? You're smart, and as I was seeing on the moon card, a lot of other people were surprised as well, and a lot of other people were fooled by this as well, so it's not just you. And I'm also seeing you trying to get a lot of work done. You're very work focused at this time, you're really busy at this time. You were trying, I'm saying trying because you were trying really hard to keep on, you know, to focus on your work after you heard this news. You know, obviously you had to work, you had to keep on going. You couldn't just take all this time off and walk off. You had to earn money, so you had to just keep going. And I think you did really well under the circumstances, you really did. You tried to concentrate and you did the best that you could, and you really did well. And again, I'm seeing miscommunication around family. There's a family on this card, and obviously they're not communicating properly. Nobody's talking to anyone properly. There's a couple in the middle, and they're kind of they look as if they're about to go past each other really quickly. They're saying hello, goodbye, and they're walking past. And yeah, so there's miscommunication around a family. And yeah, there were people in the family who were really close to them, siblings even, parents, and they were hiding this from them as well. This is a really huge thing. I think you had, and I think you do have, some feelings for this person. And you know, you wouldn't have been as shocked and as emotionally kind of bombed if you didn't have any feelings for this person. That's what I'm seeing, and that's the only word I can think of to describe it. I think it felt like an emotional bomb that just kind of fell on you and exploded in your face almost. And there are going to be a few more things again I'm seeing that are going to come out of this as well. I'm seeing that again here. More things to happen in the future. If this all resonates with you, it's going to be a little bit like peeling an onion. There are more and more layers that are going to be revealed here, and there are going to be some more layers that might even be upsetting. I'm just going to tell you the truth. That's what I'm seeing. Peeling an onion and crying. You cry when you peel an onion, so I'm not saying that you're definitely going to be crying, but there are more things to be revealed, and there are things that are going to be not very good, let's say. So just prepare for that as well. Yeah, I'm really feeling this. This is really terrible. Yeah, the last card you have your past is the Knight of Cups. Yeah, I don't think anyone knew how this was affecting you. It really was affecting you, obviously. And you might not have told many people about this, or you might not have told anyone about this. And I think you seem to have everything together, because I was seeing that in the Ten of Pentacles. You're still working, you're still doing everything you had to do. You might have been a bit on autopilot, but you were getting all the things that you needed to do done, and people thought you had everything together. This knight's beautifully groomed. He's perfect looking. I'm not saying you're perfect looking. Well, maybe you were, but it's like you had this veneer in front of you. You weren't being fake or anything like that. You just had this veneer in front of you, and so people didn't know what you were really feeling. I don't know if there's some kind of romantic connection between you and this person who had things hidden from you, but as I was saying, this knight looks perfect, like a knight in shining armour, but he isn't coming forward. He isn't crossing over the river, so they weren't being forward with you. And I think, whether you did have a romantic connection, I think you might have once, or whether you still had some hope for them. They might have been an ex that you still had some hope for, might have been that. Something was missing between you. Something was missing, they weren't telling you, and I think you always felt that there was this thing that was missing for a long, long time, and you knew something wasn't right, but you had no idea that that's what it was, and it just came and hit you, and it was nothing like you were imagining. I think you might have been imagining something's not right, I don't know what it is, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. You had no idea that it was this big thing that I'm seeing here. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have your present is the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, this is you again, working really hard, building things up for yourself financially, but just trying to concentrate on your work, really. And I think it probably is still a bit difficult for you to concentrate properly. If this is resonating, you're probably still going through this, because it was a huge shock I'm seeing. But I think, you're actually doing a lot better than you thought you would at work. I'm actually seeing you getting a lot of work done, huge volumes actually, just like the man on this card churning out these coins. And if this has been a big shock to you, it might be adrenaline that's kind of keeping you going. I was seeing a shock, and this was an emotional shock, and sometimes when you go through a shock, adrenaline just kicks in and pushes you through things. So if this is resonating with you and you have been through this shock and you're just kind of pushing ahead, make sure you're doing things like eating properly, taking care of yourself properly. If you have been through the shock, because sometimes shocks like this can make you kind of stop eating or stop taking care of yourself in certain ways. So just make sure you're doing that. Yeah, so the next card you have for your present is the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, I think there might be some more opportunities around you, money opportunities or work opportunities. There are coins all over this whole reading, everywhere. So, keep your eyes open for any new offers that might come in for you. I'm actually seeing some kind of business opportunity, I think. Yeah, but you might have to buy some equipment. I'm seeing something technical. I'm seeing an opportunity coming in for something technical, or you might need technical equipment or something like that. It might be some kind of side business, or it might be some kind of self-employment opportunity or something like that. But you are going to have to upgrade something, I think, to be able to do this properly. It might be, faster equipment, a faster laptop, it might be something like that. And if this is resonating, don't hold back on spending on this. Obviously, don't spend crazy amounts or go bankrupt or anything silly like that. I know you won't do that, but if you spend what's needed on this equipment now, it's going to save you time later, because I'm seeing you being really, really, really heavily involved in huge volumes of work, a lot of work, very, very busy. And when you're like that later on, you won't have time to go and drop things and go and buy equipment. You have time now, or when this offer comes in, but you're not going to have time when you're right in the middle of all of this. And you don't want to have things like technology stress and things breaking on you and all of that when you're in the middle of things. That's what I'm seeing. I'm also seeing you really backing off from this person who's been hiding things from you. I'm seeing that you were in contact with them, but you're not going to be now. And I can see why you're doing that. I just keep on getting this feeling that this was so big, whatever this shock was, that you just wouldn't even know what to say to them anyway. It's like there are no words. That's what I'm seeing in this. There are no words. I just don't know what to say. Such a shock. You're distancing yourself, and this is for your own sake, and I'm glad you are, if this is resonating with you. But I have to tell you this, they're going to want to keep in contact with you, I think, in some form, even if it's just texting you little texts every now and again. They're going to want to keep in contact with you. They're still going to want to hold on to you a bit. And I think you know what I might think about that. I wouldn't want a deceptive person around me at all. That's what I'm seeing. So I really hope you are still going to separate from that person. And I think that when they do get back into contact with you again, I'm trying to say, I hope this is later on down the line and not now, because I think you are still, even though you're kind of determined not to speak to them at this time, you might still be a little bit vulnerable around this whole situation. So I really hope that they're going to contact you later on when they do, not now. So the last card you have here present is the Seven of Pentacles. So I think this business opportunity, or whatever this was that I was seeing in the Four of Pentacles, I think it's definitely something worth taking up, or at least thinking about. At least think about it. It's going to be a lot of work for you, definitely. But work might be a bit of a refuge for you. I think it might be what you need while you're coping with this shock and everything that comes with it. I'm just looking at the man on this card, and obviously he's grown this great big bush that's full of coins. So he's looking back on his success, on how far he's come, and he's done really well. He obviously planted a seed or something like that, and it's grown into this great big bush. This really has the potential to do really well, this business or whatever this is. But you're going to have to put consistent work into this for this to be working. But you already know that you're a consistent worker. I can see that all through this reading. And I think succeeding in your work life is going to really help you to build up your confidence again. I think logically you know that you weren't tricked by this person because you're foolish or silly. You just happened to be in one of the many people who were deceived by this person, and there were a lot of people who were deceived by them, sadly. But I think your emotions, even though you knew that logically, I think your emotions and your confidence might have taken a dent. So I think getting this success and seeing you get this success in this work, and working on this and these kind of little victories that you're going to have as you go along, I think they're really going to help to build up your confidence. So really think about this new opportunity if this is resonating. So the first card you have for your future is the Empress. I love this beautiful, nurturing Empress. She's so beautiful. So you're going to come out of this, I think, by work what I was seeing in the Seven of Pentacles, but also by nurturing yourself and just taking care of yourself. And I'm glad you're doing this, because I saw this as a bit of a problem in the Eight of Pentacles, that sometimes when people go through a shock, they don't take care of themselves. I'm not saying you don't have a shower, I'm not saying that, but things like you forget. I do this, I forget to eat. I get so stressed, I run around doing everything, and I don't eat, and I don't whatever. So you're going to do that. You're going to nurture yourself. You're going to take care of yourself. You're going to build yourself up again. And you're going to do this by being by yourself, I think. I don't mean that you're going to be a hermit, or that you should be a hermit, but I think this is going to be the start of you moving away from this person, definitely, and the old energy around them, because I'm not sure, I don't think you're in a relationship with them, but I think you might have been at one time, or you might have had some kind of romantic connection to this person, because I am seeing some romantic feelings, or some kind of feelings, some kind of love feelings around them. You were connected, but yeah, I'm also seeing there was some kind of connection between you and their family as well for some reason. I don't know why I'm seeing that, but you have some connection to their family. Maybe you're really friendly with them, or you know them really well, or they really like you, something like that. I keep on seeing their family popping up all through this for some reason. You might know why that is. Yeah, I think you're finally going to move away from this whole thing, and you might not want to hear this, but I think you really needed this bomb to help you to move on, because I think a small part of you might have been holding on to this person, and even if it was a tiny part of you that was holding on, it was still too much. So yeah, I don't want to sound bossy, and I don't mean to sound like that, but you're so strong, and you'll grow out of this. You definitely will. And you weren't growing while you were still holding on to this person. You had that little bit of you holding on to them, and you weren't growing elsewhere because of that. That's what I'm seeing. So the next card you have for your future is the Nine of Pentacles. So yeah, again, this is really just reflecting everything I'm seeing here. Take some time out for yourself. Take some time to care for yourself. Really be kind to yourself. These emotions won't disappear overnight. I think you obviously know that. But this woman loves herself. Look at this woman. She loves herself, not in a conceited way, but she's never going to, she's not going to want anyone around her who doesn't join her in her love for herself. I'm not saying you love yourself and you want everyone to love you and kind of fall at your feet or whatever. That would be nice, obviously, but it's not like that. It's that you're going to learn to love yourself, grow with yourself, love being by yourself, and anyone who's going to join you is going to add to you. You're not going to want someone to fill you up. You're going to want someone to add to what you already have. I hope that makes sense. I know I stumbled with that, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, I really hope that made sense. So the last card you have for your future is the Queen of Swords. So yeah, you're going to rise up past this, and you're going to do this by obviously nurturing yourself, working hard again, protecting yourself, which is what I'm seeing here. A lot of people say that the Queen of Swords is a widow. She's been through a lot, definitely, just like you have. But self-protection, care, and all of those things are what sets her free. There are butterflies on her crown and on her throne as well. So butterflies are obviously a symbol of freedom. And the other thing about this queen is that she's up in the clouds, so she can see everything. She can see things that a lot of other people can't see, and she can see what's coming in front of her as well, which is crucial to you, because I think when this person in the Moon card tries to connect with you again, and I know that they are, I'm seeing that everywhere, you're going to see them coming, and you want to be able to protect yourself from them when they come. And the fact that I can see you wanting to do that is really a huge breakthrough, because I think when you had that little piece of you that was kind of still holding on to them, you would have done anything to have them back talking to you again and being with you again and connecting with you properly. But now at this time, you're going to want to protect yourself from them. So that's really, really huge. That's really good to see. And yeah, I just think you're going to shut yourself off from them when they come to you. That's what I'm seeing, which is fantastic. So Leo, I hope this resonated, and I hope you understood this, because it was quite complicated and it was quite specific as well. But as you know, general readings can't always resonate with every single person, obviously. But again, if you like this reading, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment if you'd like to. And thank you so much for watching.